Welcome to the Coffee Hour. I'm Sarah Gulseth. I am all by myself today. Again, Andy is still on a well-deserved vacation with his family, somewhere warm, although it's warm here too, so I don't know. It is Tuesday, June 25th. It is almost July. We're in the last week of June. We are approaching our busy couple of weeks of convention and National Youth Gathering. If you're going to be at either of those things, come find us at the KFUO booths. We'll have some fun swag. You can say hi to us. Tell us why you love KFUO. Grab some program guides, some stickers to hand out to people. We're going to have a lot of fun when we're at both of those places. Andy and I will be broadcasting live from the National Youth Gathering, checking in with people who are there and hanging out with some of our friends that we'll get to see. And then Kip, Gary, and Mary will be at the LCMS convention in just a couple of weeks. Thanks to our underwriter, Concordia University, Wisconsin, for your support of the Coffee Hour. You can find out more about them at cuw.edu. Well, it is summer. It's officially summer. Families are going on vacation. Maybe had some extra expenses come up or some extra things to buy for your kids. Budgeting maybe is a little bit more challenging during the summer months when all these extra activities and extra vacations come up. So we're going to talk about this morning how we can successfully manage that budget over the summer. It's never really a super fun thing, probably for most people, but a highly necessary thing to be faithful stewards of the gifts God has given us. So joining me by phone today, Kristen Whirrett, blogger at joyfullythriving.com. Welcome, Kristen. Thanks for joining me today.
Hi, Sarah. Thanks for having me.
So you like to talk about living frugally, living in good stewardship of the gifts God has given us. Why is having a family budget an important thing?
Well, it just really, like you said, it helps you be responsible with what God's given you. And I think budget sounds so frustrating to some people and limiting, but I think once you actually figure out where your money's going and assign it purposes, then you actually find you have more freedom to do special things or the things you want to do because you've planned for it and you're ready for all those different expenses.
Yeah, planning can be a daunting #adulting thing that you have to do.
Yeah.
But it's also, that's true. It allows you to have some more freedom when you've been planning for something for a long time. That allows you that freedom to actually guiltlessly enjoy a vacation because it's something you've planned for.
Exactly. So the best way always, of course, is to, plan ahead and see if you can start tucking money aside for vacation, which right now we're already in the summer. So I know there's a lot of people going, well, I didn't plan for it as well as I wanted to. So first start saving for next summer. Mm-hmm. But then while you're already here at summer, you can look at your budget and say, okay, where can I grab a little bit of extra money for this summer? Can I cut back on grocery shopping this week and grab an extra $50 from there? What expenses could I borrow from and not spend as much in one area so that we can use it for summer travels or fun things that we're doing around home this summer?
Yeah, and we've mentioned vacation, but what are some of the other things that come up with a family or kids or just get-togethers? What are some other things that can affect a budget during the summer?
Oh, so many things, because when your kids are home, then you think, oh, well, I want to do this, or I want to do different things with them while they're home. Of course, there's lots of different free activities. We can talk about that in a minute. Mm-hmm. But entertaining for the summer, if you have people over for 4th of July or doing special things like that. Unfortunately, back to school shopping will come upon us before we know it already. Mm-hmm. And just, all the little, you go out to eat with your family for a special treat in the summer or go grab ice cream. Lots of little things can sneak in and surprise you in the summer.
Absolutely. Yeah. Back to school shopping. Those might be bad words still in June.
I know. We don't have to think about it quite yet. Not yet.
Got a little bit of time, a few more vacations before that happens.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. You mentioned free activities. What are some of the ways families can think outside of the box to still enjoy activities, but not have to spend anything or very little?
Yeah, that's a great thing to do because there are a lot of free activities, and it will vary by where you live. But every city, every town has great free activities. One of the things we do in our family is we create a summer bucket list. and we make just a fun list of things we want to do. And a lot of those activities end up being free or just very low cost, whether it's staying up late for a special movie night or eating a picnic outdoors, going to watch a parade, you're finding all sorts of things, going to a local splash pad. But then a lot of cities now do offer free things. Of course, there's the summer reading programs, which are great for kids and adults. There's CPH Reads, of course, which you can do online. Local libraries always have great ones, and a lot of times you'll earn free books or free tickets for different activities in your town. And then half-price books at Barnes & Noble offer some great ones for kids as well, where they can earn book money and free books. So those are great options because then you're encouraging reading and your kids get some fun things too. So that's always fun to do. There are a lot of movie theaters now offer cheap deals on Wednesday mornings, and they offer discount tickets, and sometimes they throw in popcorn on different movies. So that's worth looking into in your area. And then there's even a free summer bowling program for kids where kids can bowl 2 free games a day at a wide variety of theaters. So again, just Google it and kids free bowling, it'll pop right up, and you can see if that's offered in your area too.
That's a really cool. I had not heard of that. That would be really fun.
Yeah, just some different ideas to get you out of the house, but again, you aren't spending a ton of money.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's always something fun. I always go back to fort building, but that was when I was a kid. That was always a fun thing to do. Even outside, just like bringing lots of random things outside and just using imagination and creating something.
Exactly. Going
to the park is always free too. Maybe not always exciting, but it is free.
But a great thing to do.
Exactly. Yes. And then there's also just camps. Not all camps are free, but camps given by municipalities a lot of times are low cost, which is awesome.
Yep, a lot of those. Or then, of course, you can't forget VBS at your church,
of course.
too. You know, if your church offers that, can't forget that.
Absolutely. And for our St. Louis listeners, we have our free museums, which are always something that we can do, but especially in the summer, those are a really great getaway. I'm sure the zoo is packed probably every day that it hasn't been raining around here.
Probably. But even if you don't live in St. Louis, a lot of areas do offer discounted museum tickets too, or just search those out some evenings or in the mornings. Again, it's worth searching out in your area wherever you are for those activities.
Absolutely. How can kids get involved with this? A lot of times it's maybe seen as more of a parental thing, but getting kids involved and helping them understand the value of finding things that are low cost, and also the value of budgeting. How can families get kids involved in this process?
Well, one of the first things we do is we have a family coin jar that we use, and we kind of add coins all throughout the year. And we know for us that those coins, when it's full, always go towards vacation. And so it's good to just see everyone contributing little bits and see how those little bits add up. And then to get kids involved, it is important or even at an early age, mine are 5 and 3 and 1, but that they realize it adds up. For them, going to the dollar store is a huge treat, and they love that. But again, we work at them earning their own money, whether it's just chores at home or helping them say, okay, we're going on vacation. If you want to get something special, what can you do now to save up that money? And so if your kids earn some money for chores, or maybe you give them some extra jobs around the house and say, okay, now this is your money. And then it teaches them too, when you're traveling or when you're around town, however they spend that money, they have to learn to make good choices already from an early age all the way through. And that's very important money-wise.
It is very important. I know my parents taught me that when I remember very, very young, there was a budgeting process, even though my allowance was, small.
Yep.
But there's that very important process of just learning that and learning to put away savings and put away your tithe and all of those things.
Exactly.
Do you have any resources that if parents are a little uneasy or unsure about how to broach that subject with their kids? Do you have any good resources for parents?
Dave Ramsey has some great resources, of course, and he's kind of the go-to. He has some different kids' books written specifically about budgeting, which my kids have really enjoyed reading, a whole series about Junior. And so those would be worth definitely looking for and checking into your library and seeing if they have those. And then it's just beginning that conversation and showing them how you are being responsible and talking about money and really just modeling being a wise, good steward of what God has given you. And don't be scared about approaching that with your children because they need to see you modeling that. I would say would be my biggest encouragement.
Absolutely. Talking about money can sometimes be a little uncomfortable, but it is something really important. We have just about a minute left. I'm curious what else is on the summer bucket list for your family.
Oh, for us, we're getting ready to head out to see grandparents. But one of my son's top ones actually was wanting to sleep in his closet one night on a sleeping bag. Granted, he is just 5, but he was super excited about little things that are unusual. Other than that, parks, and we'll go out for ice cream and a late movie night are some of our special things on our bucket list.
That is
simple, but fun.
That is really funny. It's funny how exotic it can be to just sleep in a different place in your house. It's not meant for sleeping.
Exactly. Yep.
That is so funny. Kristen, we're just about out of time. Thank you so much for joining me and for helping families with some tips for just being successful this summer in managing money and getting the family involved and having fun with it too.
Exactly. Thanks for having me.
You're listening to The Coffee Hour. I'm Sarah Golseth.